an 80-year-old 7.5-ton World War II anti-aircraft gun. This relic from a more turbulent time is destined for an aviation museum on the mainland. This is Circus Extreme. Home to a myriad of thrilling acts and daredevil stunts. From high-wire performances to white-knuckle motorbike rides, all risking life and limb to wow the onlooking crowds. This giant canvas structure needs to be wrapped up and loaded for the next show, 70 miles away in Brighton. Tonight, the circus is leaving town.
There's 22 Arctic units, just the Arctic units on their own, not trailers. 22 Arctic units that we own that transport everything from one place to the other. On top of that, you've got all the trailers and you've got all the artists' caravans and vehicles. So it's a huge, huge operation, and it does take a long time.
As long as everyone pulls in the right direction, the entire circus should be on the road by lunchtime tomorrow. They have 5 hours to remove 3,000 seats, 70 lights, 1 wheel of death, and a 1-ton water tank.
Ready?
Okay. Go on, you okay, this side? Oh.
All right. I know what you're thinking, how I can put all this inside. Yes? No, believe me, it's not possible to. We have to take apart this one.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Mustafa's first wheel hasn't fitted in the lorry. And there's the second one yet to go in, somehow. Let's do it, Mustafa. The tent's nearly down.
After a 5-hour slog, Circus Extreme is all but packed and ready. Even Mustafa's double wheel of death has been safely stored. In the morning, the team will tackle the largest tent poles in the country. After their exertions last night, Ingo and the crew have just one major task to complete. The 4 giant metal uprights that support the big top need to be lowered to the ground and loaded onto the lorry. Once down, the entire structure can be separated and loaded onto the truck for transport. It's down to lorry driver Razvan to get the tent and cargo to Brighton for the big build.
I'm from Romania, from the middle town of the country, from Brașov. If you have any idea about Dracula?
Yes, I've heard of him.
Dracula. Do you know where is Dracula Castle?
No.
Next to my town.
Okay. Scary stuff. But Razvan's nightmare is just about to begin.
It's stopping. I don't know why. No. I don't know what happened.
I think you're breaking down, Razvan.
I don't know what happened. I need to check. I need to call somebody. Actually, I'm gonna call Ingo. Hi, Ingo. Sorry for disturbing. The engine was stopped. I can't start it again. What should I do? What happened?
Are you in a safe place?
No, I'm on a first lane, and I can't move it.
With no hard shoulder, the lorry has blocked the motorway filter lane, creating a potential hazard.
It's frustrating because never happened to me. But everything got a start.
With the lorry precariously positioned, Highway Patrol are shutting down the lane.
Okay. Is that to do with the recovery of this vehicle?
I asked another guy how long time during to recover me.
Yep.
He don't know actually, but he said it's on the way.
Okay, now you said he was on the way some 10 minutes ago, and you told me it was 2 minutes then. We've had more than that. I need the vehicle moved. If you can't give me a time, I can statutory remove the vehicle because it is in a dangerous position.
I know what you mean.
We have had to close a lane, so I've got no option but to do that, unless you can give me a specific time that someone's going to be here.
If the lorry is removed by Highway Patrol, the delay would be catastrophic and threaten opening night in Brighton.
I'll try to
And you
start.
tried to restart?
Yes,
It's not
yes,
happened.
yes. I'll try again now.
Try
if
getting
I
there
can
by
move
all
it,
means.
I'll move it on emergency
Round
line.
of services.
Yeah.
Razvan has one last chance to start the lorry. It's his lucky day. The lorry splutters into life and limps to the nearest service station.
I don't know what happened because, as you've seen, it was starting again after 15 minutes.
But luckily, help is at hand. Fellow driver Matt is able to give the truck a good once-over by doing some donuts.
What happened then?
I don't know. Let's watch me hook onto this, and we'll take this with mine.
And I take this one and
No,
go?
no, you take that one.
And I go where?
Right, I'll bring you go now and I'll check.
What happened?
I don't know. Seems to be going grand.
Even with the lorry given a clean bill of health, with 60 miles still to go, the risk of another breakdown is too high. So the cabs are swapped and Matt hits the road for the final leg. After navigating the M27, the A24 and the A27, the vital pieces of the tent puzzle finally arrive, safe and sound, at Brighton's Preston Park.
All the pegs are in, all the ground stakes are done. Just literally waiting for us with the poles. You know, back into place, and the boys can start unloading.
The whole process of rebuilding the circus must now begin. And through blood, sweat and tears, in just 3 days, the big top is once again ready for opening night. As the doors open and the crowds take their seats, outside, John can reflect on one more successful move.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do take for granted how amazing it is to move these huge structures. You know, biggest circus tent in the UK. There's loads of things. There's 90 people involved in this operation. So it's a hell of a thing to get this show ready, but they've done it.
At the Goole Dock in Yorkshire, a barge from Belgium has brought his latest load. Wrapped in protective sheeting and weighing 20 tons, this tube-shaped giant is a beer vessel, capable of carrying 500,000 pints of liquid gold. This titanic tank is destined for the Heineken Brewery in Tadcaster.
You're good on the curb, you're clear.
Phil and Mark will be on radio contact throughout the journey.
Yeah, plenty of room on the right, Mark.
The combined weight of the tank and the truck is close to 50 tons.
Yeah. You're okay, keep it like that. You're good.
What would normally be a 40-minute hop across country will take this slow-moving convoy at least 3 hours. Just take it steady, boys.
Loads of room on the right, me.
11 miles in on the A63, it's time for the first test.
This bridge we had to stop and lower a trailer to go under.
According to Phil's calculations, if the trailer is lowered as far as it will go and Mark takes the correct line, the lorry should just about clear the bridge.
This is the bridge one where I go up and then guide him under.
The margin of error is just 5 centimetres. Any slight miscalculation and even too much pressure in the truck's tyres could be catastrophic.
Yeah, they're coming under.
Hold your nerve, Mark. This is going to be tight.
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Last bit. Yeah. You're clear.
Well done, lads. Challenge 1 in the bag. But there's no let-up. The convoy is heading for the A1041, and for some reason, so is everyone else.
Well, that seems when you do a job like this, everyone comes to look. The roads seem to get busier. Yeah, you're okay, mate.
As the road narrows, the truck needs every inch of available space.
Hold it there and they're going to get out.
The problem is, so does the double-decker bus coming in the opposite direction.
Right, Mark, go steady. Go steady. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. Keep going. You're all right. You've got a bit more room there. Keep it like that.
Come on, Phil. You could get a bus through there.
Keep going. Going. OK, you'll clear the bus.
Trouble on this section of the road, the telegraph poles and that are right on the edge, so you've not got a lot of clearance when you come up against them.
In just 2 miles, the convoy will be onto the A63 and clear of traffic.
Go forward and get your trailer to the left, Mark.
But as Mark attempts to navigate his wide load around one final hurdle...
We're all right, it's doing it. Whoa!
Could this be the end of the road for a Belgian beer tank?
Go that way a bit and go steady. Yeah, go on, Mark. Keep going, Mark. Whoa, steady. Stay there now. OK, a little bit more, Mark, if you can. Yeah, go on. Keep coming, keep coming. And you. Yeah, go on, go on. We're clear.
The truck clears the beer tank with just millimetres to spare.
Hold on, we'll get rid of these cars.
And once the tailback is clear,
Thank you.
the convoy is back on track.
Yeah, we're good. You're OK, plenty of room.
For lifelong road haulage veteran Phil, it's just another day in the office.
If I weren't in anything to do with road haulage, I don't know what I'd be. I really don't. That's all I know. When I was growing up, I've always been with trucks. My father was in road haulage in the late 50s, early 60s, and that's all I've been brought up with. As soon as I got home from school, down to my dad's yard, worked with him, holidays, going all around England, Scotland with him. I literally eat, breathe road haulage and abnormal loads. Motorbikes want to get past you, Mark, all they're hanging back, just watch them.
3 decades on the highways and byways of Britain has provided Phil with a unique perspective on the changes in his industry and the whole country.
There's less big loads now than what there used to be 30 years ago, because we don't make the stuff in this country like we used to.
There might be fewer loads, but there's certainly more traffic. It's taken an hour and a half to travel just 10 miles. But thanks to Phil's guidance and Mark's skills behind the wheel, their giant cargo is still in one piece.
This is the first phase. This is where we're parked up now to West Yorkshire. Come and picks us up. Yeah, back you come.
At the Selby Fork lay-by, the North Yorkshire Police escort has gone as far as it can.
Lovely job, thank you very much. Well done, it weren't too bad, was it?
It's easier with bikes.
Yeah, a lot easier.
The final stretch of the journey will be under the jurisdiction of the West Yorkshire Police. While the lads wait for the boys in blue, there's time to relax and refuel, ready for the final push.
We're now on our way. 2 motorbikes and a police car in front, then me and Jim on the back, and then a traffic car behind him.
There's just 7 miles left to travel, and in the village of Aberford, one final set of obstacles to negotiate.
Yeah, plenty of room on the right, Mark.
This 1.25 mile long stretch of road is lined with telephone cables. For the beer tank to pass, each one needs to be raised. As Phil continues to guide Mark through the streets, up ahead a team are in place with poles to lift the cables up and over the truck.
Yeah, plenty of room on the right.
A tag team stays one step ahead of the truck and tackles each of the telephone cables in turn.
Yeah, we're all clear.
As the truck clears the final cable, Phil can give himself a well-deserved pat on the back.
Yeah, we're clear of the village now and making headway now. We've only got 2 or 3 miles to go.
On the outskirts of Tadcaster, Phil positions himself on the final roundabout by the entrance to the brewery.
That looks impressive coming down like that, don't it? That looks even bigger. But this is where we should hopefully have a bottle of champagne to crack when we get in the gate, but I doubt it.
Never mind, Phil. If you play your cards right, there might be a beer in it for you.
OK, Mark, you're OK.
Apparently, this brewery can make nearly 1 million cans of the stuff every day.
Yeah, keep going. You're good. You're good.
In the morning, a team of engineers will be on site to wrestle this 20-ton tank into position. As for Phil, It's time to turn around and enjoy a much faster return journey.
I'm going to find a cafe, have a cup of tea, and then head for home.
Tony's away from home 4 nights out of 5. His 40-ton truck is more than a set of wheels.
Give me other glasses.
It's also a roof over his head.
Bit more like glamping than camping. No canvas and 4 solid walls. Bit more secure and more mobile.
Tonight, Tony's truck is parked in the Bright Bricks builder's yard. If all goes to plan, in the morning he'll be tackling a 3-ton T-Rex. Standing 26 feet tall, Tiffany will be too big to transport on Tony's truck. She's been chopped into bite-sized slices that will be assembled once she arrives at her new home.
You might have to go up a bit more.
First, Tiffany's main section is loaded.
Right, come up. Straight up. Here you go.
Followed by Tabitha the Triceratops.
Getting her out the building, mate. She's a bit of a lump.
Little bits of Lego on the floor makes it fun to move.
And then 6 slices of Tyrannosaurus steak.
Here you go, just keep an eye on the tail.
It's a 3-dimensional dinosaur puzzle.
Just grab the next one. Same way around for the next one.
But Forklift Dave and Trucker Tony make a crack team.
Right, your forks are sticking out 1.5 feet. You got to take your forks back.
After one final push, a 40-ton truck is full to capacity. As the truck hits the road, a quick time check reveals that today's scheduled dino delivery is late.
We're now 2 hours behind schedule when we get there. So hopefully we can get everything off and the T-Rex built before the sun goes down.
Now it's a 25-mile dash to Marwell Zoo, where a team of toy brick builders will be waiting.
Oh, and a mobile speed camera. Slow down a tad. Yeah, wave to the boys in blue.
Tiffany will take centre stage at the zoo's entrance, outside Marwell House.
Make sure it clicks. Push down. Second one.
As the sun sets over Marwell Zoo, the Bright Bricks builders are set to burn the midnight oil. After she was moved from the depot in Borden, the team worked long into the night to get Tiffany finished in time for the Brickosaur's grand opening. Over the next 24 hours, the A404 between Maidenhead and Woodley belongs to Carter's Steam Fair.
It's just she's a little bit cold and I'm a little bit rusty.
Joby's first trailer contains an entire Dodgem track built by Supercar, a British maker who cornered the market for bumper cars in the 1930s. Joby's parents bought the track from an old amusement arcade in 1989, and Joby's proud to take it on the road for a new generation of thrill seekers.
I can tell the ground condition's good because we've barely had any rain in the last 3 weeks, which is perfect. But that's not going to be the case tomorrow if the forecast anything to go by.
In the back of Joby's trailer, the 60 by 40-foot Dodgem track comes complete with roof, lights, electrics, and 18 Dodgem cars.
So the Dodgem is 14 paces deep, 24 paces long, and that's it. And if you stride it out, it will be within a distance. The Gallipo is 6 paces from the centre, the Arc is 8 paces from the centre, and that's just the way we do it. I don't think that should be up there. No. I just sort it out. I'll check at the other end. If there's anything wrong, you'll be the one I'm killing.
At the park, the Dodgem track is already taking shape. The convoy continues.
So the load I'm taking next is the steam yacht load. The steam yachts was actually the first real white knuckle ride, and it's still a white knuckle ride today. This was built in a day when people had to hold themselves, in this case, you held yourself on. Occasionally, someone might get a bruise if they don't hold on properly. We're from a different era, but people had to have common sense, and people like that. But it's being pulled by, undoubtedly, my favourite lorry, and I'm not talking about my favourite lorry that I own. I'm talking about my favourite lorry on the planet. And this is a 1946 Scammell show track. We'll be taking this over to Woodley now, so it's still doing what it was built for, many, many moons on.
It's time for the final push to the fair.
So if you want to take your place up in the cab, you'll have a ride of a lifetime.
Joby's heading up the convoy.
See you later.
Supported by retired circus star Mickey.
We're on our way. It's going to be a little bit bumpy, this bit.
And part-time trucker Mandy.
This one's got handles. It's really easy to get into.
While Mandy has the luxury of a modern-day lorry.
Oh, electric windows. That's different.
Joby's more at home in the slightly older and much more bumpy Scammell show track.
This was the height of modern technology in 1946. If you had one of these lorries, you were very, very flash. There is a possibility you'll fall out that door if you lean on it.
There are just 17 show tracks left on the planet, and by the looks of it, they weren't built for comfort or speed.
As you can see, it takes quite a long time to build the speed up, especially when you're towing 2 trailers. Scammells in the day were the best truck in the world, and to my mind, they still are. This is definitely my pride and joy. I love it.
The Twyford Bridge wasn't high enough for the Dodgem truck. Is Joby about to create the world's first Scammell show track soft top?
That looks like it'll fit, doesn't it?
Breathe in.
Yeah, it fits.
Joby's pride and joy is still in one piece, and the convoy's on the home straight.
I thought there was someone really close up behind me then, but I realised it's a trailer. We're here. They've even opened the gates for us.
Yeah, we're here.
Okay, take her off. That one's not bad, it's this one's no good. Look.
As the shadows lengthen at Woodford Park, a vintage steam fair is starting to take shape.
They say that the most stressful thing to do is move house. Well, imagine doing it 25 times in 1 year. The lads have done great. They've got the Dodgems built up. That's one of my biggest rides. Tomorrow, we've got to tackle the Ark, the steam yachts, the gallopers, the chairplane, and all the small stuff. I'm going to have a good few cups of tea tonight. I might even treat myself to a beer.
A new day has brought a change in the temperatures, and just like the weather, Joby's mood has dampened.
Yesterday, I was reminded why I love doing what I do so much. And today, I'm questioning it. Ray, no, it's there. It's there. Now, where's that bolt? Where's that bolt gone? You know, where's this? OK, right, we need a stake and a hammer ready to put this in, all right?
By the end of today, 13 rides need to be fully assembled and in good working order.
OK, bang it in there, please. Inside and out, please, Raymond.
But the new season brings a whole new team, many of whom have never worked the fair.
Shepherd, do you know how to do the top lights in the Dodgem? Yeah? You go and do that. It's not... yeah, I could really do with getting... Do that. Do that. Nothing fun about building up in the rain at all. Especially when it's cold, because you can... and you're doing delicate stuff. In a touch, hold on, stop, in a touch. In a touch, stop.
In just 2 days, a vintage steam fair needs to be up and running.
Come on. No one go under this, please. I'm hoping we'll get it all done on time. We'll get it done on time. We'll just be doing some late nights.
After a bumpy start in Berkshire, everything is bang on track.
Time for the rock and roll Dodgers. Press the pedal to turn the wheel. One way round the track and no way bumpy.
Carter's Vintage Travelling Fun Fair is open to the public and the crowds are out in force. After breaking out the old rides and breaking in a brand new team, Joby Carter is proud to announce the start of a brand new season.
So here we are in a line here. We've got our first 3 rides we had on the road. We've got the chairplanes, the steam yachts, powered by steam, by Yorkie in the middle there. And then we've got the steam gallopers here, which are solely powered by steam. Every week a new town. Every Tuesday we're on the road hauling our hundreds of tons of vintage fairground equipment to the new site to entertain a new crowd. We bring the entertainment to the people.
An 80-year-old 7.5-ton World War II anti-aircraft gun. This relic from a more turbulent time is destined for an aviation museum on the mainland. For John, that means 2 ferry crossings plus a 350-mile road trip.
You need to come prepared to these jobs. Everything in the box.
On paper, the plan is simple. The gun's too tall for the boat, so needs to be transported in 2 sections. First, John will unscrew 4 retaining bolts that anchor the barrel to the base. Once these are off, he'll attach slings to the barrel to hoist it onto the truck using the onboard crane. The base will follow close behind before both sections are strapped to the bed. Then it's a quick dash to the ferry before home in time for tea and medals.
Make sure you've got all the right socket sizes and such like to try and get these things apart.
John's booked onto the ferry back to Orkney in 2 hours, which should give him plenty of time to dismantle the gun and get loaded up. There's just one teensy issue that might throw a spanner in the works.
These bolts, well, they've been in there since the thing was built, so that would be probably in the 1930s, thinking about it. Yeah. So, you know, it's getting on, what, 80 years that they've been in there. So, yeah, we're going to need a hammer.
I might need a bigger one.
I think you will need a bigger one.
See if I've got one for you. Oh, look what I've got here. A bigger hammer. See if that'll persuade the bolts to come out.
Yeah. Well, let's give it a go.
Before he unscrews the first bolt, John hammers the casing to loosen the rust. But just when he's really getting into the swing of it...
Oh, broke my hammer shank.
Oh dear.
I have to resort to the smaller one. Getting a socket to fit's the difficult bit because there's that much rust on the bolts. There's not a lot of head left and they're imperial bolts and we're metric sockets, so it might need a little bit of persuasion.
After persuading the bolt with all his might, there's a breakthrough.
Nice one, John.
See what I mean about the shoulder bit in the bolt?
Yeah, see that, yeah.
So if you cut that through below the head, that ½ inch there is down inside the casing.
Sure.
1 down, 3 to go.
Any joy?
No, not yet.
But the second bolt is proving even tougher.
Just a 70, 80-year-old bolt, just doesn't want to come out the hole. We'll get it. We'll persevere at something, though.
The rusty bolt is refusing to budge, and even John's metal grinder fails to have an impact. Time for a rethink and a new strategy.
Just going to put an extension bar onto the end of our ratchet so we can get better leverage and see if we can pull the bolt round, hopefully.
On goes the lever.
OK.
And with a little muscle, off comes the bolt.
Right, one's away.
Yeah, that's done the trick.
Bolt number 3 follows close behind.
Yeah, that's gone, it's cracked it.
Made that look too easy.
I wouldn't get too cocky, John. Things are about to get tricky.
We'd expected it to be difficult, but maybe not this difficult.
The head on the final bolt is completely missing. And when John attempts to slice it apart with the grinder...
Well, these are running dead, I'm afraid.
The grinder is running out of power, and it's starting to look like John is running out of time. John's ferry leaves in just over ½ an hour. It will take at least that long to recharge the battery and cut through the bolt.
Might have to go down and speak to the ticket office and see what the availability is in the next boat.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do, to see if you can get on the next boat.
I won't get you on the next one after that because I've got the heart into
Or not.
Yeah.
Righto.
Okay.
OK, we'll go for that and see how it works out.
Fine.
Well, just spoke to the guy, the chap on the ferry there, and he says he can fit us on the boat at 2 o'clock. But that's the last boat today he can fit us on because they've got other lorries on the later boat. So that gives us another 2 hours, basically, to try and cut through that one bolt and get the thing split and loaded.
John meets a guardian angel in a high-vis jacket.
Now we have power.
A local has offered to hook up an extension cord and his own high-powered grinder to the mains.
You right, John?
All John needs to do is lift the gun onto the truck and move the entire operation closer to a plug socket.
Oh, he's getting through it now. A bit more horsepower on that grinder.
That's gone. It took longer than we thought, but you can never predict these things. But yeah, a good result, a good result.
Do you want to nip down the boat and tell them we're coming? A wee bit push for time.
Once the barrel and the base are strapped down, John needs to hit the road.
Got it?
Well done, mate. John, thank you very much.
Okay.
We didn't have a bit more time to spare, but never mind.
Well, there you go.
Maybe see you next
time.
Okay. Take care.
Cheers, John.
now.
Cheers, John.
It's a 10-minute dash to the ferry, and John makes it with 5 minutes to spare. Don't know what all the fuss was about.
And there we are, on the boat, ready for home. So we'll get a cup of tea now and relax for an hour, take the pressure off.
You do that, John. You've still got a long journey ahead of you. From the port at Hoy, it's a short ferry hop to Stromness on the Orkney mainland. John's booked an overnight cabin on the Stromness ferry, which sets off bright and breezy first thing tomorrow. Then it's a 30-mile, 2-hour crossing to the port of Scrabster in Bonnie, Scotland. Back on the road, John and his gun will hit the A9 heading south before a pit stop for tea and shortbread at the Newtonmore Grill. Finally, it's onto the motorway for a safe arrival at the museum in Dumfries before it gets dark. After a short ferry hop from the island of Hoy to Orkney, all John wants is his bed.
2:10. Here we go. I'll see you guys in the morning.
After a good night's kip and a 30-mile ferry crossing, John's back on the mainland and heading south.
Snow in the hills, rain down here and sunshine poking through at the other side. A typical Scottish day, all 4 seasons in one day.
John's making headway, but with a 7.5-ton cargo on board, it's very much a case of slow and steady wins the race.
We've got quite a queue of cars behind us, so we'll do the decent thing and let them past.
He might have the biggest truck in town, but John's also got a big heart. What a gent.
You sometimes get a toot and a wave, you sometimes get the fingers out the window. But no gesturing today. So that's them all past, so we'll go on a bit further.
3 hours south at the Dumfries and Galloway Aviation Museum, Chairman Curator David Reed is all fired up for the arrival of his new gun. The museum was founded by volunteers in 1976 and has amassed one of the largest collection of aviation memorabilia in the country. The museum already houses one anti-aircraft gun. David's excited to make a matching pair.
We really wanted 2 guns. We've always wanted anti-aircraft guns. OK, we couldn't have got them from a more awkward place, but lucky to get them.
Anti-aircraft guns like this played a vital part in World War II, taking out around 300 Luftwaffe aircraft during the Battle of Britain.
We're looking right up the barrel here at the sky, where the deadly shell would go at one time.
Here we are, just taking the last turn towards the museum in at Dumfries, so we'll be there just a couple of minutes.
It's taken a 350-mile road trip, 2 ferry crossings, 1 slice of shortbread and a broken hammer.
All right, Davey, how are you getting on, sir?
Well done, mate.
Nice to see you. And hopefully that's another happy customer.
Eventually, the museum's latest edition will be reassembled as a statement piece for visitors arriving at the main gate. As for John, it's time to head home for tea and biscuits.